Well, hey there, beautiful people. We are going to talk about challenging simple interest problems today. That kind of sounds weird, but we're going to look at simple interest in a different way today and kind of work backwards and solve for missing pieces of our equation. Let's get started. Remember, when you're looking at interest, you're using the formula I equals PRT. So interest equals principal times rate times time. So let's dive into this first one. It says Monica paid $3,500 in interest after borrowing $15,850 over a 5-year period. What was Monica's interest rate for the loan she took out, right? So we're missing the interest rate, the R. So let's go forth and figure out how should we tackle this problem. So if she paid $3,500 in interest, that's the I, right? So there's the I right there. So we're going to put that 3,500 on the left-hand side of that formula. Well, she borrowed 15,850. So that, again, that's the principal investment, right? Or the principal amount of money. We don't know the R, so we'll use that variable R. And we know it's through a 5-year period. So we'll just multiply that by 5. So from this point, I'm going to kind of combine like terms. I'm going to multiply the principal times the time. So 15,850 times 5, which is now 79,250, and we bring down that R on the right-hand side of the equation. We're also going to bring down that 3,500, right? So then now we have to calculate, well, what is R? So we'll do a lot more of this when we get into our algebra unit. However, here's a little thing to know. When we have a number right next to the variable, that means multiplication. In order to clear that and to solve for R, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to divide, and we're going to divide by that 79,250. That number is called the coefficient. More to come on that in a little bit. So we're going to divide both sides, right? Because whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I'm going to take on my Desmos that $3,500 divided by 79,250. And I get this crazy decimal. Well, remember, rate is going to be a percentage, right? So let's bring down that answer times 100. And we can round really to probably the tenths place. So her interest rate was 4.4%. Dun, 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 and we solved it. We are basically geniuses, people. All right, let's look at one more together where we have to work a little bit backwards. It says Dominique took out a loan to pay for her first year of college. She paid $5,000 in interest after borrowing $35,000 with an interest rate of 7%. About how many years has she been paying on her loan? So let's highlight the different things. The 5,000 is the interest. She borrowed 35,000. That's the principal, and we know the rate. So I like to start by just writing the formula. Interest equals PRT, or as we did in that other video, I like to party. Interest equals principal times rate times time. So we know she paid 5,000 already. So we're going to do 5,000 is the interest. She borrowed 35,000 times that 7%. So remember, 7% as a decimal. If we wanted to do it in our calculator, we take 7 divided by 100. Or again, we move the decimal 1, 2 spaces to the left, Beyonce style, right? 0.07 times t, because I don't know how much time it's been. So again, we're going to start by combining these like terms. We're going to take our 35,000 in our calculator. Let's clear all of this. Let's get rid of everything. 35,000 times 0.07, and I get 2,450 t, right? Because I have that time. And then I bring down that 5,000. Now I'm going to divide by that coefficient, the number next to the variable, divide. So we just type that into our calculator, right? We want 5,000 divided by 2,450. We get this long decimal, but it says about how many years? So that's about 2 years. So 2 equals our time. So she's been paying on that loan about 2 years and has already paid $5,000 in interest. Oh my gosh, crazy. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions on how to complete these complicated, simple interest problems. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.